Hey, critical analysis, this is still part of your week 2 set of videos. This is just going to specifically discuss the chapter 2 assignments. So in a previous video for chapter 1 assignments, I've already talked about your discussion board. Your post for week 2 discussion is due by the 15th. And then I've already talked about chapters 1, TSP sheet, and vocabulary quiz, both of which due on Sunday the 19th. So this video will just focus on the 2 chapter 2 assignments, the chapter 2 text and skill sheet, and the chapter 2 vocabulary quiz, both of which are due also on June 19th. All right, so just like in the previous video, you click on this link right here. It's going to bring up a Word document. Remember to be clicking on it and click Enable Editing so that you are in fact able to type right into the document so that you can save it and submit it via the Dropbox. Okay, so in this selection, or this section, I should say, this is all about chapter 2. Chapter 2 lecture video was already uploaded. If you haven't watched that already, you might benefit from going back and watching that first. So now if you've done that or you paused and you're going to go do that, we can talk about this first section here. It says, here are sections that talk about different areas of strategic reading. So there's 4 types of readers. This was addressed inside my chapter 2 lecture. I'm just going to show you real quickly where to find it. So I have my chapter 2 up and moving back here. So we've already talked about these. I'm going to go ahead and click on what is strategic reading. And if I scroll down a little bit, it's going to tell me about my 4 types of readers. And here they are right here. So that's going to align with this section right here, the 4 types of readers. Okay. Underneath there it says there are some strategies that the authors discuss, and it even gives you pages 76 through 77. List those and give a brief description. So this is specifically with previewing. So if I bring it back here, I'm going to go to strategies for previewing, and it's going to give me signposts for previewing. And here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there they are, all 6 signposts. So if you'll just put something like title, introductory material, and then just give a little blurb. You don't have to write all that information down. It simply asks for list the signposts and just a brief description of what to look for. So maybe a sentence. So you're not going to do a ton of writing here. You don't have to type or write everything you see in these sections. Just real quickly, what does it mean when you're looking at headings and subheadings? What does it mean when you're looking at visual aids? Okay, so that's that section right there. Then what are the 6 strategies of metacognition? So I might want to go back here to take a look to try to find my metacognitive. So I'm going to actually drop that down, and here's metacognition right here. On page 80 is where the section on metacognition starts. And so if I scroll down from there, I should be able to see my 6 metacognitive strategies. Predict, picture, relate, so you see them right there. Those are your 6 metacognitive strategies. And then finally, apply the skill comprehension check questions. So in your vocabulary video, I talked about this reading, the Madam C.J. Walker. So if you want to refer back to that, you are welcome to, or you can simply go into selection 1. Here's your selection 1 history. Madam C.J. Walker, here's the selection. So if you haven't read it already, this would be a good time to maybe pause and go into your textbook and read that selection so that you are familiar with not only the vocabulary, but also the selection itself. And then you will see you are answering questions 1, 3, 4, 8 on comprehension check. So here it is. Check your comprehension. 1, 3, 4, and 8. Question 1 is just the entire selection. If you had to summarize the entire selection, how would you do so? What's the best way to summarize? And it gives you options. Question 3 is an inference question. What can you infer? What's not directly stated, but what can you infer? Question 4 is a detail question. What is true about her business? And then question 8 is the main idea of this section in particular. Okay, so once you answer those 4 questions, save this document like we talked about in the previous video. Go back in to your To Submit folder. Look for the Dropbox, specifically for Chapter 2 text sheet right here. Upload it and submit it. All right, and then your Chapter 2 vocabulary quiz. This is where hopefully at this point, you've already watched the Chapter 2 vocabulary video. You've already filled in your study guide. So now the quiz itself is going to look just like your chapter 1 vocabulary quiz. So same directions, just obviously the chapter 2 words. So you'll see in that first selection, the first section, you have underlined vocabulary. If it is incorrect, you need to fix it. Keep that word the same though. Don't change the word philanthropist to any other chapter 2 word. Don't change the word intoxicated to any other chapter 2 word. Now you are welcome to make it intoxicate or unintentionally or non-judgmental, whatever, but keep the basis of the word. If it is incorrect, fix it somehow. But you do not just add the word not. The philanthropist would not want to buy. Nope, that doesn't tell me you know what a philanthropist is. Make sure you correct without inserting the word not. That also is the same for wouldn't, shouldn't, don't. Those are all forms of the word not. Now, if it's correct, just write the word correct on the line. Don't leave it blank, write the word correct. Okay? Part B is just like part B in chapter 1. Short answer. Number 1 is not done for you. It just started for you to let you know kind of how to get into a complete sentence. So make sure you kind of complete, almost like complete the blank, if you will, for number 1. But then the rest of them, make sure you just answer the question. Why? Give an example. Like, look at all of those. And then part C is fill in the blank. When you are done, make sure you save that and submit it into the Chapter 2 Dropbox. Both Chapter 2 Text and Skill Sheet and Chapter 2 Vocabulary Quiz are due by the 19th. If you have any questions over anything from this week, please reach out, and I will see you all for week 3 videos. Bye.